Hey everyone, and welcome to the Stock Talk on November 26th. I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving, spent some time off away from the stock charts, but now we're back, and let's get back to the S&P 500 SPY, and we'll take you to the yearly chart first. So today we had a pretty healthy up move. I think for most of us, or for a lot of us who are looking to go long into a specific position, this is a welcome sight because it seems like the market cannot find a bottom, and people have been guessing where the bottom is. It has been incorrect. It's been all over the place, right? You look at other analysts, other people, it's been all over the place. So hence, in the last video, I talked about the upside and the downside. The reason why I talk both sides is, in my opinion, in any good investor, you have to analyze probabilities, and you have to analyze the positive side of going long or the positive side of going short. That's how you ultimately decide which position to take, if any. So here's SPY on the yearly chart. Pretty nice up move today. So what is the theme? What is the theme that I'm looking for going forward tomorrow to the days after? What is the theme? The theme is continuation. I want to see continuation of this move from now to tomorrow to the next day. That's what I want to see. Does it have to go up every single day? No, but I need the trajectory to go up in order to establish a firm long possibility, right? So today was a good start, and in my opinion, we have to let it digest and move forward. Question: why are we allowing it to digest or move forward? Well, first of all, you can imagine here when we're coming down, right? And we moved higher. One day, we moved higher. The second day, but what happened? We got rejected at the 20-period moving average before moving lower. Here's the 20-period moving average, 270, right? That's a pretty important area, you can imagine. So if you can imagine, if we can move over that level, that is positive for the markets, and I would be looking towards 281, possibly 280 as the next resistance area. But we need to see that follow through. Anything short of that, look for more downside to come, and that's it. Where's the downside? Let's talk about downside targets as well, just to refresh your memory that the downside targets will first be at 260. We didn't hit 260 this time. So here was Friday, Black Friday right here, right? Lower volume, not much occurred, but you can see that we ended rather negatively on the end of the week, but we gapped higher this week. So what's the market doing? It's all over the place. That's why I need to see continuation or follow through to establish a more long outlook, right? That's just how it is. That's what market's presenting to us. So that's your downside target, 260. That's your first downside target. Now, once we get into this range, if this range doesn't hold, I would be looking towards this range, the 250 area. That would be my ultimate support zone should we get down there anytime soon. But like I say to my members on the Discord chat, right? We take this really day by day by day, because this analysis, you can imagine, isn't that solid. Given that market movement isn't that predictable, right? For example, why isn't it predictable? Why is if it's so predictable, everyone would be doing it, right? For example, here we have a support line. These support lines don't change. You guys know that. 268.72 was a support. We held over the support on this day. We went over on this day, right? Hence, everyone thought, and including a lot of people in our group, thought we were going to move higher. We should have moved higher, but instead we got rejected and had to push lower first, and now we're seeing that up move. Let's take a look at volatility quickly. TVIX on the yearly chart. So here's TVIX. Now, the one thing you can see is, what have we been talking about? 200-period moving average acting as a resistance. How many times have we said that? Many, many times, right? You've watched my previous videos. Resistance at the 200. Resistance at the 200. Here, we were attempting to move over 200, but we got hit by the resistance again. Here, we got hit by the resistance again, now moving lower. So I would expect this to push lower. So if you guys can imagine, if this is pushing lower or volatility is pushing lower, generally broad markets or SPY are going to push higher. That's what I'm expecting the next few days. But again, I want to see follow through. theme of the week. All right, let's go to commodities or crude oil. So crude oil last week, big drop on Friday, right? It was a shortened day, but that was without the further action by crude oil. Where's my next support line? 49.30. The members know about the support line way in the past because I posted it way beforehand. Where? After we broke these two major support lines. Can you see this red candle here? After we broke those two major support lines, I gave my members and I told them if they didn't know why this was support line, 49.30. Question: did we hit 49.30 this time around? The answer is obviously what? No, we did not. What does that mean? Can we go lower? Yes, we can. Look at what's happening with crude oil once again, right? Here's a big, large red candle, and what are we doing? Isn't this going to look similar to this, in which we can go sideways before another push lower, right? Isn't this what's happening? That's what I'm seeing right now. If I see something different in the next few days, for example, if crude oil all of a sudden manages to climb to $56 tomorrow, which is unlikely to happen, but if it does that, then we'll reevaluate crude oil. But for now, this is going to be moving lower just based off of this trajectory. So crude oil, what a drop, you can imagine. Natural gas, this has not changed in terms of its outlook. I talked about monthly closes, right? In this chart, we are below. You can see when we tag the 20-period moving average, once again, we moved higher. So in my opinion, I think this one can move higher, but by the end of the month, right? But the big picture here is we're getting near, this is a major resistance area, 4.863, and you can imagine by next month, if we haven't crossed over this area, this is once again, what does that do? That solidifies that this resistance line, which comes back from months prior, is in fact a very strong resistance line this time around as well. So natural gas, I think short term, we might still have a little more higher to move, but that's risky, right? Given that we're nearing the end of the month. What's happening in the long term is that's a very difficult resistance to cross for natural gas. Lastly, GC or gold futures. Gold futures is one that hasn't been doing much. You can see from this chart that we've had an active resistance at 1242 or 1241. We've talked about this quite a bit. And then we also have a support line down here at 1198.7. This chart, you really can't do much with this chart because yes, it's moving lower, but it's situated in the middle, right? Can we have the push higher at one point at one time at some random day? Yes, we can. We can have that one push. For example, can you see this big push on this? You know, what's significant about this day? Who knows, right? But we manage to push back above here and to near the resistance and then come back down. Now we're going sideways. What do you think we can do? We can certainly push higher. We can certainly push lower. So there's nothing really much we can do with this chart. So, and same thing goes back here. You're like, Kevin, why can't take a position on gold? Look in the past where it's going sideways. How many days was this in which we went sideways? And then this day we managed to push higher. Who would have guessed or would have taken a gamble that this day on October 11th we would have pushed higher? Not many people, right? Unless you were really lucky on that day and you bought in on this day, you would have said that this is the resistance, 1211.4. Same thing here, right? Same thing. It hasn't changed. Okay, so this will be a little shorter in terms of a stock talk, but hopefully you enjoyed it. Please hit the like button if you enjoy these videos or if you find these videos helpful. I love doing these videos for everyone. And of course, check out the course if you haven't already to really get deep into my brain, get some insights as to what I'm thinking really hour by hour, day by day, even sometimes minute by minute when things are fluctuating or markets are fluctuating rather rapidly, which we've seen in the past few weeks. Thank you everyone for watching this video. We will tackle your tickers and all that much more in the next stock talk, of course. Thanks everyone once again and enjoy your week. Happy trading.